Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's card is a pop-up picnic basket made using the Papercraft Society box 56. So my card base is going to be 11 by 5.5. I'm going to score it at 5.5 on the long side, fold and burnish that. So to decorate the bottom of my card panel, it is going to be pop-up, so it is inside. The green measures 5.25 by 5.25, and I've just taken a piece of checked gingham which measures 5 by 5. I believe this is out of an old Papercraft Society box, a really old one. I think it's a Christmas Daisy May one, but I may be totally wrong. So this is going to be our picnic blanket on the grass at the bottom, and then we're going to have our scene behind. So I've cut a piece of white which is suitable for ink blending, and this measures 5.25 by 5.25, and I'm going to use the Time for Tea Designs scenic stencil and some tumbled glass. Now my paper's slightly wider than my stencil, so I am going to go at a bit of an angle. And I'm just using tumbled glass distress oxide. So I've die cut a grass hill, which is going to be slightly further away, then we're going to use the straighter one at the bottom to add a little bit of dimension. So with this one, I'm going to use Lucky Clover. And these dies are Time for Tea Landscape edge dies. Just some paper, otherwise I'm going to end up with really inky fingers. So Lucky Clover's going all over. I am laying it on pretty thick here, so there's not going much blending. Oh, actually that's not bad. Then I'm going to come in with some pine needles everywhere. And then back with the Lucky Clover. And the straighter ones that are closer to us are going to be Twisted Citron, and again the Lucky Clover, so a bit of the Twisted Citron. So I'm going to glue down my background, so glue down the clouds to start with. And then while that's drying, I'm going to bob that to one side. I don't want to put the grass on just yet because I want to get a feel of where my picnic basket's going to sit. So we're going to start to cut our picnic basket. So I've used the embossing folder on 2 sheets of brown paper. Now, the basket that comes within the Papercraft Society pack is too big for what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make my own little basket. So I'm just going to trim this down. Just want rid of that rough edge first. And I want it to be about 2 inches tall. So I'm going to cut it at 2 1/4 inch. And I'll do that on both of them. Just trim this one down first because the bit there without the embossing. And 2 1/4. So I'm going to score this at 1/4, 1 1/2, and 4 1/2. You're actually going to cut at this 4 1/2 line. I'm just going to score the other one the same. So 1/4, 1 1/2, 4 1/2, and we'll get this bit trimmed off on them both. So just gluing the basket together by putting liquid glue onto the tabs we've created. So I'm just going to create a piece which will sit in the middle of here so we can add some more of the ephemera on. And to do that, I've cut myself a piece of brown, which is 3 inch by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to score that at 1/4 and 2 3/4. Bit of liquid glue on them tabs we've created. And then that will fit nicely in the middle there. So just going to glue that down. So that isn't glued in, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this so these measure 1 1/2 inch each, because I'm going to put these on tape at the sides to give it that bit of dimension. So I've sorted out some of the ephemera that I want to use. First thing I'm going to do is bob some of these breads, I think, on the back. So liquid glue again, because it means that I can move it where I want it. I'm just going to move it slightly so I can see what I'm doing. Just check that you can see as well. Yeah. The sentiment has been heat embossed in white using black card, and that's just going to be glued on in this bottom corner here, and it says sunshine and celebrations, and then onto the outside of the card. So to create the front panel, I've used the same measurements as we've used here, so 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 for the green and 5 by 5 for the check. And then this is just a piece of the washi tape that comes within the kit. I'm just going to fold this flat so that we can take it over. We're going to work on this side here now. So I'm just going to glue that down. Actually, I'm going to work on it like that. It'll be easier. And then I have, again, heat embossed one of the sentiments using some black and some white. And it says, a picnic is one of life's simple pleasures. Pop some glue on that. And then I'm using some more of that ephemera. This time I'm using some leaves and a flower. And I'm just gluing these. I think there's quite enough dimension inside. I don't think it needs any more. And I don't want the piece on the panel on the front to be too fussy, because you're not really going to see it once you've opened the card. There we go. So that on the outside, open it up, and we've got our picnic basket on the inside. Thank you ever so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.